All right, welcome back to the Intangible Podcast. We're here with Mackenzie Pickens, softball player here at the University of Mississippi. Welcome to the Intangible Podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I know we was talking a little bit here before we got started. Got all these people. Matt McLaughlin didn't let you know that you were going to have people listening in on this at the time. So you and I are just going to have a conversation that's going to talk here, all right? Mm-hmm. All right, we wanted to go back to your first moment that you decided to come to Ole Miss. Mm-hmm. Take us to that moment and, what went into that decision for you?
From being from the South, I always knew I wanted to be in the SEC because it's obviously the best conference in America and it's the most competition. So I know I wanted to go to a great school and compete to win a national championship. And I want to be somewhere that's a small town where everybody knows everybody. So I think that was one of the main decisions was just, this is a great town and everybody supports everybody. So yeah.
Well, you are in a small town, but there's, there's always this armor and shields that we put up as athletes. What is one thing that people on this campus don't know about you, or the fan base that one thing that they don't know about you?
I guess I'm a little shy at first. I don't really talk at first when I meet people. So I guess just knowing that I actually have a really silly and goofy personality and I tend to talk a little too much. But I think when I first meet people here, on the outside, it looks like I'm shy and I don't really like to talk that much. So I think once people get to really know me, they know I'm super annoying and talkative.
That's fun. Mm-hmm. When you made a decision to come to Ole Miss, who was the first person that you called to talk about, hey, I decided to go to Ole Miss?
Yeah, I actually have a twin sister, so my twin. Yeah, she plays softball too. So she's definitely
Here?
She goes to Louisville for softball.
Okay.
But she's definitely my ride or die. So we go through everything together. So she was definitely the first person I thought of throughout this experience. Yeah,
that's awesome. Mm-hmm. Now, as I start to do some research on you, you're one of the golden childs that's going to take us to that next level. How did you handle that pressure in those moments as you guys are on your way to?
Yeah. I think just trusting the process and all the hard work and dedication we put into the entire journey that got us here. So I think just trusting in ourselves and trusting in the team that we have and just having faith in God and knowing that he's with us no matter we win or lose or how we perform, that he's there with us no matter what.
3, 2, 1. Parents, the recruiting process is one of the biggest decisions you'll ever face for your child. And talent isn't enough. Coaches are looking for the intangibles like composure, coachability, communication, and leadership. And that's what Team Q measures. Get clear insights into your child's intangibles so they stand out when it matters most. Go to teamq.io and help your athlete unlock greatness.
When I think about these intangibles and I think about women's sports, what intangible that sticks out to you that women don't get enough credit for?
I think the hard work and dedication that we put into the sport, obviously football and baseball, they get a lot of attention, but we do the exact same things and we put in the exact same amount of effort and dedication into the sport. So I think just getting recognized for the amount of hard work and drive we put into everything that we do within the game.
Yeah, and notice we got your game going on here. You kind of get a peek. And
I know I'm side-eyeing it a little bit, reminiscing.
So you get when you watch the game, when you watch back, and I'm go off beat here. When you watch back to these games, what emotions come up for you after the game, even win or lose? What kind of emotion comes back when you watch these things back?
I don't know. I just get so happy and just joyful looking back at this because it honestly was the perfect experience, and I'd go back in a heartbeat and relive that game, even if it was the worst game of my life. But I don't know. That team was so special. I would do anything to go back there and play again with them.
Yeah. Well, I think in these moments it teaches us, how do we, especially when you're coming into the SEC, how do we kind of get on track and start building these different habits that we need to really perform at this level? When you think about your habits, what are some of the habits that you've had to put in place coming out of high school? Because you go from hero to zero leaving high school. Now you enter this space. What habits that you noticed that you had to change to get to a place you can perform at this level?
Yeah, definitely going to a powerhouse in SEC school. Everybody there is great. Talent can only get you so far. So I think hard work and dedication. And I think a habit of just every day trying to get 1% better, whether that's, fielding 100 ground balls or taking 50 swings or whatever it is. I think every day, choosing to put in dedication and time into the sport. And no matter if you feel good or bad, the game doesn't matter. The game doesn't care if you are tired that day or not. So I think just putting your all into each every day and trying to get better just a little bit every day, and builds up.
Yeah. And when you think about building those habits, you start to also start thinking about confidence.
Yeah.
You know, what are those things that help you stay confident, and what are some things that people may not know that you have to fight against, that it doesn't kill your confidence?
Yeah, I think whenever you put a lot of time and effort into your skills and like hard work, I think that helps you build confidence because you're trusting the process and like all the time and effort you put into it. And softball's tricky because it's a failure sport. Like you're meant to fail. You fail more than you succeed. So I think just trusting and knowing that like you're meant to fail. Some days you can go 1 for 4 and that's a really good day. Like honestly, 1 for 3 is like you batted 300 in the SEC. That's, you get an award for that. So I think just knowing that the game, you're going to fail, and just trusting the process and knowing that some days you're just not going to do your best, and competing and going out there the next day and trying to do better.
Yeah. If there was a young girl sitting here and you've put the work in to kind of get here, and again, you're still young, you're still getting there, what would you say to that young girl that is thriving to get to where you are? I
think like nothing's impossible. It's like you're only going to go as far as you're willing to put into the actual sport. So I think that you can do I never thought I'd be here in this spot. So I think just trusting in yourself and trusting in the time and the effort you put into it, but just never giving up and always try to do more than the next person next to you, because there's someone who's out there doing more than you think that you are. So I think just going out there and giving as much time and effort to the sport that you want to give to be great. Yeah. I'm going back in my playing days and thinking about the pressure that I had. Yeah. I didn't have a lot of pressure when it came to the social, but you guys have this social media, the transfer portal. Yeah. You can leave when you want to leave. How do you manage all of that outside noise? Just trying to limit social media, honestly. I think just trying to stay away from it as much as possible, and just staying true to yourself and your beliefs and what you believe in, and just knowing that you have your support system and that's all you need, and you don't want to sit there and compare yourself to others, which is easy to do on social media. So I think just limiting that and just trusting yourself and the time and effort you put into stuff. When you think about the leaders in the heartbeat, who is one of the heartbeat players that keeps your team together and keeps that core group rocking hard together? Yeah, I would say Grace Thompson and Taylor Malvin. They're 2 of our seniors, and they've been here for 4 years, and they've been here when we didn't have a stadium and the fans were out in the fence, behind the fence. But I think them two, just trusting them because they've been here, they've been through everything, they've been through the highs and the lows, and they know the ways of how to get there to where we want to go. So I think them just leading us in their own unique ways that works for our team. So yeah, I think they're the heartbeat. And when you think about leadership, what does leadership mean to you, and what does good leadership look like, and what does bad look? Yeah, I would say good leadership is doing it by example. You can't say one thing and then do the opposite of it. So I think just you can't be hypocritical about it. So I think also humbling yourself. You can't you're never above doing anything, no matter how good you are at the sport. So I think just willing to do the little things that nobody else wants to do to be a leader, because no one's going to want to listen to you if you're saying to pick up the trash and then you walk by 3 pieces of trash. Nobody's going to want to do that. And I think also the delivery of how you do it. I don't think people want to listen to leaders who boss them around and stuff. So I think having the right delivery with it and being straightforward with it, but at least a little kind too. Yeah. Well, if I ask you about your leadership style, we look at it in several different buckets. Yeah. Leadership as a vocal leader, someone who's a lead by example, or someone who's just that quiet leader that people don't really know, they can't really figure out, but they tend to follow that person. Yeah. Which bucket do you fit in? I'd say you could be a combination. Yeah, I'm a mix of lead by example, but I also just kind of sit back and if someone comes up to me and asks a question, I'll answer it and I'll give them my advice. But I'm not really one to go out of my way and yell at anybody. Yeah. So I kind of like to just lead by example and try to do the right things, and just if anybody needs help, just know that I'm always there with them though. Trying to help young people figure out what their intangibles are and how do you go about your process. And when you think about those things, are you taking notes? Are you journaling? Are you speaking all these things that you guys are able to accomplish into existence? What is your process of handling that other kind of pressures that is outside of sitting down talking to a teammate or talking to a coach, that you have your own process? Yeah, I do kind of journal a little bit. Like I'll write down each day what I want to try to accomplish that day. Having a twin sister who also plays a sport, the same age as me, she goes through the same things. So I think we call each other and we like make sure we hold each other accountable with what we're supposed to do, and never let like the moment get too big for us, to just live in the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard now.
I know.
It's hard.
It is easier said than done for sure.
It is. Well, we're going to do a quick 2-minute, and it's like a rapid fire. It's easy questions, so are you ready for these?
Yes.
All right. What is your favorite spot to go to on campus?
Probably the grill. I love to eat, so their food's good. And we get together with my teammates, so it's fun to kind of all hang out together and eat too. Yeah.
I think about the Grove every time. It's like I'm waiting for somebody to say the Grove, because that's my spot.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, that is really fun. I guess a football player too.
What's your pregame hype song?
Probably Unwritten.
Can you sing? Can you give us a lyric?
No, I can't.
Just like one. Just
feel the rain. That's all I can do.
That's awesome. All right. Who's your favorite teammate to room with when you guys are traveling?
Probably Rachel Connors. She's a goofball. She's always like doing silly, funny things. Yeah, she's the best.
Yeah. Being again that you guys are in this NIL world, who would be your dream collaboration with?
Probably like Lululemon or something. They just give me some clothes.
Hey, if you get that deal, can I give
like
me something?
At least a little discount would be nice.
All right. Last one. If you can give a message to a young athlete that is looking to do whatever sport it is, what would you say to them?
I would say that they can do anything they set their mind to. No matter who tells them what they can and can't do, just trust themselves and trust the effort and the talent that they have. Never give up. Give 100% in everything that you do and strive to be better each and every day.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I did lie to you. I said one more, but there's one. Okay. My one last question for you is, when you think about where you are and where you're going, and you think about intangibles, and you think about things like coachability, character, leadership, composure, what intangible sticks out to you that's made you who you are to this point?
I think just dedication and drive, and never being complacent with myself, just each and every day not being complacent with only 100 swings, try to do more the next day. So I think just having hard work and trust in the process that I've been going through.
Awesome. Mackenzie, this has been so much fun. Yes. Thank you for coming and show your personality. Definitely can see the bubbliness in you. And so we really appreciate you sharing your side and who you are to our audience. So thank you for joining the Intangible Podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I want to give a special thanks to the Empower Group. I mean, they've been so amazing to work with. The Miller family and their team, unbelievable people, to make sure that we can come in and empower young athletes, young women in the sport that they're playing, but also impact the community. I also want to give a special thanks to Patrick here at Fitch & Kelly. If you're looking for a suit, you're looking for a jacket, come here, Oxford, Mississippi. One of the best stores on the square. I want to thank these guys for giving us this amazing space. This space is unbelievable, very cozy, intimate. And it also reminds me a little bit of my podcast show. And so being this is our first one, it's been an honor to bring this podcast here to Oxford, Mississippi. And I want to thank the athletic department for allowing us access to their athletes, especially women's volleyball, basketball, and softball.